In some other news, I'm a little bit behind on The Walking Dead. I fell behind about a week. I had a DVR, caught up, and so I'm talking about the episode that occurred last week from when this is posted, which was the mid-season finale. Didn't seem to be a lot of hype up to mid-season finale for it. Usually it's, oh, the mid-season finale. Anyways, there is some spoilers for those of you who are not currently engaged with it. I feel like the new showrunner, isn't it an Asian chick? She's done a lot to make The Walking Dead great again. Make America great again, make The Walking Dead great again. It's a little less boring, a little less tedious, a little less monotonous. I've been saying tedious too much. I need to, because I've been playing Red Dead Online. Anyways, I think the show could be heading towards a feminist agenda. Let me say, we have Rick AWOL. He's not dead, but he's not near Alexandria, the hilltop, the kingdom, none of that. The Saviors, none of it. He's taken off. He was whisked away in a helicopter to a faraway land that can repair him from explosions and other shit. Then we have a little ass kicker, Judith Grimes, growing up. She's asserting herself as a little bit of a leadership role. Seems like Michonne answers to nobody. She's the chief of security of Alexandria, but really the queen. But she'll take some orders from Judith, it appears. What is the deal with that? Who do we have running the other areas? Well, we have the kingdom, where honestly, the king seems to be married to the Queen Carol now. And Carol is really the one in charge. So we have two communities, women in charge. Oh, but what about Maggie? Well, she just up and left. She's like, hey, I have a movie career, kind of, or I want to. Let's just say that Maggie and her boy Herschel, who we never saw be born, I think maybe never even seen on screen. Just there's been mentions of. She was perpetually pregnant and then all of a sudden has a baby. Though you're telling me she took off with her kid, who, let's say that with the time jump is 5 years old, whatever. She said, I'm tired of being the leader of this hilltop community. I'm going to go hang off to this, what's the name, Georgia or Georgine or something? Learn about their, civilization building skills. I'll have some correspondence with you guys with letters. That's what I'm going to go do. That's a great way for my kid to be raised up like this. Granted, zombie apocalypse, but you do have a woman stepping out of the way. So who is in charge of Hilltop? It's Jesus. The guy with the duster. Beard, ponytail, man bun type thing going. That guy's in charge. I think this is another case where it's an English guy putting on an American accent. But he doesn't stay in charge for long. You have a situation arises, Rosita is injured, heads to the hilltop. It turns out these communities are not on great terms with each other. They're not warring, they're just a little bit of a cold war, cold shoulder. Haven't seen each other in a while. A few of them head off to go look for Eugene, who has manned up slightly since we'd last seen him. I guess the time jump gave him some zombie killing abilities. He's hiding in a barn. There's these zombies that appear to be whispering to each other. They're talking. Where are they? Don't lose them. They're still slow moving, but they're not acting the same way. Well, they can't be baited either. Daryl tries to get some to go a certain direction so that the others can rescue Eugene, but it doesn't work out. And they end up getting in a fight in a graveyard. It's about time we came to a graveyard, right? It only took the second movie for the Resident Evil films to dip into a graveyard, at which point the dead actually come out of the grave to attack the people. Terrible, terrible scene. Everybody knows Resident Evil zombies are not like that. They're not actually the dead has risen from their grave zombies. It's, I have an infection, I have a virus, there we go. Zombie. That kind of zombie. Well, Jesus is doing his best Into the Badlands impression. He's ninja kicking some shit. He's sniping some stuff down with machetes. Then all of a sudden, a zombie jukes him and stabs him with his own sword. And it's like, what? Huh? Everybody's shook. And they kill the zombie and they unmask him. There's a person wearing a zombie mask. And I guess this is nothing new to people who are fans of the comics. There appears to be a group called the Whisperers. They live among the dead. I guess that gives you a good way to camouflage yourself. Make it so that the zombies aren't attacking you. But there are certain activities one living person needs to do that zombies don't. So I don't see how you hide this. Maybe they go out and be people, and then when they need to go raid somebody, they throw on their zombie mask. Maybe. I don't know. But it's an interesting turn of events. And it gets rid of one of the few alpha-ish characters of alpha males left on the show. But lo and behold, toxic masculinity incarnate Negan has somehow not been locked up in jail, so he just opens the gate, and now he is out and about. And I'm thinking, the good people of Alexandria, all these people... He had said to Rick that he's just getting the world ready for him. He's keeping the world safe until it needs him again, something like that, right? Because the thing he does good is kill them damn zombies. So, I'm thinking Alexandria Hilltop Kingdom, they're going to need Negan's ways to help fight the zombies, right? The walkers. That's not going to make Negan a good guy by any stretch of the imagination. It's an enemy of my enemy is my friend for now. That seems to be what's coming in the second half of the season. Still seems like there's a lot of life left in this show all of a sudden. It had been so easy to make fun of and talk about this show about zombies that just won't die. And maybe that's still the case, but if the one good man is, and I'm saying good here, the one helpful man, well, particularly helpful, is this bad of a guy, we have a world where women do everything, don't we? I mean, we have the chick that builds the civilizations. She's got Maggie over there. All these other guys left are just whipped. Is Daryl whipped enough? It's hard to say. He doesn't really put himself out there to be whipped, does he? But we ran out of guys on the show without Rick taking the lead. The women have taken over, haven't they? And I guess things have changed. Things look a little different on The Walking Dead now that the women are in charge. Is it going to become a, hey, let's talk about today's times event? I mean, you have this new group come in. You got Tough Bitch with the new tramp stamp, the chest tattoo, Magna. And then there's this deaf gal in the group. The guy in the group, the one guy, useless musician, does nothing. Everybody else, two deaf, one hard hearing, one deaf. The deaf gal is talked up as a reporter who put all them terrible politicians in their place. Is she talking about Democrats? Probably not. Are we going to start getting some of today's politics in The Walking Dead? I hope not.